Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So this latest kick that I'm on is talking about relationship codependency, and basically what that is some people call it being clingy, right, and relying on another person for your happiness within a relationship, and kind of the bad part of that, but also why sometimes people fall into that trap. So last time we looked at the song Honeydew Rock and Roll Baby by Memphis's own Madeline Collins. And next we are going to look at a song called Logical by Olivia Rodrigo, who is another one of my more recent favorite songwriters. Uh, Case in point, in case you haven't noticed, Olivia Rodrigo has appeared quite a bit, or actually twice only at this point, but still, there are only a handful who have only appeared once in my blogs. And Olivia, this is her second appearance. Her material to me gets at more than just relationships, also talking about the mental health behind the ups and downs of those relationships. And to me, Logical is a phenomenally relatable codependency song. When you're with someone who's just not good for you, you try so hard to still see the good in them. As a result of that, you start justifying the way that they mistreat you. In Logical, she justifies his toxicity by saying in the chorus that if rain don't pour and the sun don't shine, then changing you is possible. Love is never logical. It should be noted too that she has a great sense of humor in her writing, and she mentions in one of her songs that I am my father's daughter, so maybe I can fix him. And so that's one of those things that, like, she can laugh about it, but she can also make a really serious song um, about this particular topic. In the bridge, she also writes bridges very well. She continues on with the justifications. The sky is green, the grass is red, and you meant all those words you said. I'm sure that girl is really your friend, because loving you is loving every argument that you held over my head. In my opinion, bridges are a lost art in pop music, but Olivia always knocks it out of the park when she has one, and just really goes for the gut punch, both vocally and lyrically. Now, in order to get the codependency of this relationship, get to the codependency of this relationship, I should say, we have to infer that the narrator in the story is afraid of being alone. We can do that here because she immediately calls him a master manipulator in the first line of the song, and later in that verse calls him a savior, then says, I went through hell for you. Needing someone to fill the void, even though it's mostly toxic, is a sure sign of codependency within a relationship. Add the self awareness and regret in there, and you've got yourself one of the most heart wrenching songs you'll ever hear. I mentioned in my excerpt about Olivia's driver's license that she wrote all the material on her debut album solely with producer Dan Nigro, minus the interpolations. And on her sophomore effort, she does the same, but Logical was co-written with Nigro and Julia Michaels, who's a fabulous singer-songwriter herself. Los Angeles writer rooms can get pretty crowded, but I think that there should be a law that this trio has to collaborate at least once an album cycle, because this particular song is so darn good. Melodically, the song is written in G. The intro starts off on G with a D coming in quickly as a passing chord before switching to a 6 and 5 progression of E minor and D. The verses follow the same pattern but end on C, D, G, D, G, D, which is a 4-5-1-5-1-5 pattern. The last line of each verse stays on the G until she sings Thinkin', at which point she goes back to the D. The bridge uses a similar pattern to the verses, which is G, D, G, D, E minor, but then goes to D, E minor played twice, followed by D and C. This is a 1, 5, 1, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 4 pattern. The ending, which I normally don't focus on, but this one contains lyrics, so let's go there, uses G, E minor, C, G, E minor, C, and G. The chords cut out appropriately when she says stop at all. Instrumentally, the song is backed with piano and acoustic guitar. The acoustic guitar comes in during the second verse, or second chorus, excuse me, not the second verse. The song uses a verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, ending format. Even though it's a tactic used by writers to keep their listeners' attention at the end, I'm not always a huge fan of finishing a phrase that you're singing. For example, listen to the last choruses of I Love Rock and Roll. It's obnoxious to me that she doesn't just say dance with me each time, because that's not how a conversation would happen. But in Logical, she uses the same tactic, transitioning from the chorus to the bridge. She spends the whole time saying that love isn't logical, but it isn't until the bridge when she concludes that love must be all the manipulative things that he did to her. Having this switch in the bridge, which again she's spectacular at writing, is such a good choice. Then the ending is the final gut punch where she deems herself half responsible. Usually I try to distinguish between good songwriters and good song crafters, but Olivia is the rare pop writer who can be heart-wrenchingly compelling and have everything come together perfectly when it comes to the structure of the song as well. So just for the record, I would never gaslight someone into thinking that 2 plus 2 equals 5, but I'm just bad enough at math to actually think that it's true. So Logical is embedded below. I hope you enjoyed that. Next week, we're going to take a look at 2 more songs to close out this initial discussion. We are going to look at Vice by Miranda Lambert, and we are also going to look at Stay by Sugarland. Make sure you tune in then. Again, I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this affects your songwriting in a very, very positive way. I only pick top of the line songwriters to talk about. Like I said, good people to study from, and I hope you get something out of it. I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much.